this isn't sort of my petty revenge on people who have wronged me. Although it'd be great if I went that far and made a whole movie just for that reason. But no, I would say, you know, the characters and the events that happen in the film are not based on actual things that happened. Also, legally, that is the case.
Actually, what was the very first thing that this movie started with? Was it a IRL conversation? Was it a text, like, between you guys? What was, like...
It was a text, I
think. I think so, yeah.
We'd shot this music video for a song of mine called 360, and in that, Aidan wrote his first...
My first ever script.
Yeah.
It was 2 pages long.
And it was amazing. It was incredible. And it was, when he did that, I was like, oh, he's got a movie in him. And that was the beginning of everything, basically.
You should, you know how you can like release scripts of films? You should release the script of
I think I posted it on my Instagram.
Make it a little book.
Yeah.
A
2-page book.
Yeah.
Pamphlet, I suppose would be the term. How do you, okay, so then, did you use the same system? Because I think for 360, did you just like texted your friends being like, I think you'd be good in this. Do you want to be in the video? Is that
It was kind of case by case, actually, wasn't it?
Okay.
It was, yes, but essentially that was sort of kind of how it came about, but it was a different process with this.
Yes, how did it,
we hired a professional.
Evolve?
Yes, we actually got a professional.
Jennifer Venditti, right?
Oscar-nominated Jennifer Venditti.
Yeah, Jennifer.
Yes.
And
did you have to convince her, or did she say yes right away?
Jen was down from the jump.
Yeah.
Jen was actually one of the first people, one of our first collaborators on the project. Before we were actually officially greenlit, I believe, Jen was on board because, you know, the casting process takes, you know, a bit of extra time. So I think before the script, genuinely before the script was even finished, Jen was on board, which is really cool.
And her process and the way that she casts, it was just so perfect for the way that we wanted to shoot this film, you know, blending fiction with reality. And she really likes to work with people who already, in part at least, inhabit the character that they're playing. And so she kind of pretty much brought everybody here into the world of the moment. And she's just so brilliant. And I know a lot of the cast are already pretty like friendly with her. I mean, you guys are very close, you and her.
Yeah.
And she was like, Mel's gonna be perfect.
Did you guys get a choice between whether you were playing a version of yourself or a fully fictional character?
No, I think there were some people written in as themselves. Of course, we've got Rachel Sennett, we've got Kylie Jenner, and then all the other roles really, you know, went to people. We looked for people that could inhabit those roles perfectly. You know, say for example, we've got Mel Ottenberg over here who plays a character called Mel.
I was like, my character's named Mel because I lived this script. When I read it, I was like, the script's so great, and I've lived every line of this with a top of their game pop star. I've lived this moment, so Mel.
Exactly, and it really was. You know, I think what's so fantastic about that process with casting is that we're able to work with people that have this understanding of the world, so every choice they make feels informed, you know. Or particularly in the case of Mel, it was like when we shot scenes that, you know, it was a stylist and a pop star working together. You knew the background, you know. There was no, it was like the research. It was a lifetime of research, eh? Yeah.
It was a cathartic experience, and I told them some horror stories on set that like I never tell anyone.
Was it triggering?
No, it was fun.
Good.
It was actually really fun, and they were so fun to work with. It was so fun, and I told them shit I never tell anyone. About like stories like behind.
Don't you bring that up, and then I'm gonna ask you
a lot of NDAs. A lot of NDAs.
Yeah.
Mel brings an NDA with him everywhere he goes.
Okay, fair. For the other actors, what felt the most familiar to you guys of what you've experienced, like in business, in the industry? Was there anything, whether your character or something else?
Well, in a weird twist of fate, actually. So they sent us the scene for my character. The audition scene was to play Charlie's manager, but obviously that went to Jamie, and he's so brilliant, and it's wonderful to watch him work. But you know, when we got to the read-through, I had no idea that the part that I was playing as part of the Labour Boys would be amongst Rish and Ben, who are my actual friends in real life. So the fabric of our sort of mockumentary role was our very friendship. So that was a surprise, rocking up and seeing your mates that would be playing your...
We didn't even know that you guys knew each other.
Yeah.
It was really fated.
Yeah.
It was so cool, and it meant that you had this amazing dynamic as a group.
Yeah.
And I remember the audition you sent and fell in love with you immediately. It was.
I just remember the language of the audition was like so lived in, so it was really fun to play.
Cool.
Play something so grounded that it just felt of today. So it was really easy to drop into that.
Yeah.
I think the set as well, we shot our scene in a studio that I've been in for fashion shoots. I'm not an actress.
Yes, you are.
Yes,
I
you
am.
You are now.
Yes.
I know, I'm a star. So that was kind of trippy coming in and working for Vogue, which is something I've done. So that felt natural. I'm not a producer. I'm not a type A person, but I am very neurotic. So that lent itself. I've been playing this character my entire life, which is a hammed up version of myself. So Gisette came very naturally to me. But there was the improv that I slightly, when we had a sort of weird fight of your muggler bag.
Yeah.
I was like, I would never call it muggler, obviously. But I thought Gisette would.
Yeah, I thought it was an amazing choice that you called it muggler. I mean, fuck, brilliant.
I should have
And
written.
I went, Tish would know how to pronounce it. Oh, gosh, it's genius.
She's acting. She's acting.
Coming from the world of publications, what about the production of a movie like most stood out to you? Like, what was the...
Was it felt different?
Yeah. Like, what do you wish we had in magazines that they have in filmmaking?
Ooh.
Craft services, maybe?
More budget.
Fun,
Yeah,
yeah.
budget.
Money?
Like, what is I guess the thing to me, coming from publications, I'm the editor of a magazine, you get to sit around and really finesse it and take a bunch of takes to do it. Like when you're making a magazine, you talk about it a lot, but then you go on set and you just do it fast and I felt that here it was fun, that it was really planned, but it was still so fun and we were improvising and it was really scripted and it was just, they just did such a good job. Like it just really had it together.
Yeah, the framework was such that all of our microphones were exposed. So on the very first day, we didn't even see a camera. Like Sean Price Williams was on a building across the street.
Oh, yeah.
And we're like, well, where's the film being made?
almost felt
Aidan's like, don't worry, it's being recorded. It's all good. Just do your thing. So this is a
brother or
crazy way to make a film.
Yeah. I forgot I was mic'd, which was actually very dangerous.
The hot mic.
Mel and I were sort of having a little chat before our scene, and then afterwards we realised that everybody could hear it potentially, which is back to those
Yeah, I could,
NDAs. Troubling.
It almost felt like doing a play just because you were handheld the whole time, so you just had the freedom to sort of move around and do what you wanted. I remember like the first scene that we shot, I was kind of like walking outside of the parking lot a bit, and I asked him, I was like, am I going too far for camera? And he's like, you can go wherever you want, I'll follow you. I was like, this is so nice.
Every time Sean would be like, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I'll find you.
It was very like freeing, and we felt quite
Yeah.
free to do whatever.
Totally.
Which
I
is
think-
not what you
yeah.
have in a magazine.
That felt like a really large part of like the success of the film, was to sort of make it, you know, the challenge being that we have something completely scripted, that we want it to feel not staged, to feel spontaneous and accidental. So it was like that was the testament to these guys' amazing performances, and also to the way that we tried to shoot it, which was keep that aliveness, keep that energy and that sort of feeling of spontaneity as much as we could,
Okay, Charli, I know obviously there's a lot of satire based on like real stuff that happens in the business. Maybe you'll have an answer to this more after it like releases wide. But do you think people who do some of the stuff that wound up in the movie recognize themselves? Like, are you going to have people being like, "Ooh, I totally did that to you," or like, "Oh, that happened at a photo shoot," or people do things better now after seeing it?
We have all met, I think, all of us here, versions of certain types of characters that live within this film. For example, Alexander Skarsgård's character, I've never worked with somebody like the character that he plays. He plays this concert film director who his main goal is to kind of make me as sort of commercially viable as possible, to sort of strip away anything that might be deemed too daring or edgy, and really sell the product, and the product being me. I've not worked with someone like that, but I definitely have been around people who are so confident that they get it when actually they really fucking don't. Do you know what I mean? And I think those characters live probably within all of our worlds, within fashion, music, within film. It's like we're always coming across those kind of archetypes of people. So I think there's a lot of that living within the film.
That makes sense. Okay, before we wrap, I've been throwing out a few recurring questions to groups, and I'm going to give you guys this one because I feel like you'll have better answers than other people have, which is, like, what are some of your ins and outs for 2026? Like, what are we getting rid of? What are we bringing in? We need inspiration.
All go. All of it. It's all out.
All of it, everything's out.
Everything's out.
So you're in a whole new society.
Not to be that person, but ins and outs lists are out. I'm just like, everyone just do your thing, like, you know, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Sorry. But
No, I think
that's
I mean, please. Yeah.
No.
I don't know.
was a really
I just see them every year, and you know, every sort of in December, I'm like, oh, should I think about doing one of them? And then I don't, and then I'm always happy that I don't. So for me, they're out. Personally, I don't know.
Agree.
What do you think?
Well, now I agree, obviously.
I think metal might be in. Just
Yes,
sort of
I'm
generally
into
lots
metal,
of
but
metal.
also I'm trying not to be an asshole.
Right.
And also I'm not into ins and outs lists. I don't believe in that.
Right. So out ins and outs lists in metal.
We can work with that. That
Yeah.
one's great. Okay,
That's it.
thank you
Print
guys so much for chatting. I appreciate it.